Okay. Hi there. I'm going to assume that I'm streaming. It's the first time I'm using OBS. My name's Lori, and I am the founder of the Goodbye Good Girl project. And I decided to do YouTube lives called Soul Awakened because these times are absolutely transformational and we are in an evolutionary place, which means a whole hell of a lot of discomfort. And I've been through a whole hell of a lot of discomfort myself. And I've learned so much about how to survive it, how to not just survive it, but actually make the most use of it so that there's no such thing as wasted time. There's no such thing as, oh, well, I got off course. Well, you really can't. You can take side journeys, but you can't get off course because you're always going to be moving forward. Might be slow, might be fast, might be medium, but you're always moving forward. That is the nature of reality. It turns out, didn't used to know that. But anyway, what I do is I help women step into empowerment beyond the programming. I have several ways of doing that, and I have ways to get in touch with me and set up a time to talk in the description. But that is my joy. My other joy is playing with different kinds of cards. Whoop. All right, well, you want to come out? Perfect. We'll talk about some cards. And this one came out. This is my new favorite deck, by the way. If you're into these kinds of things, I am very much into it. The Ascension Oracle cards. And this is called Mind Garden. And this is perfect for what I wanted to talk to you guys about because we're having a tough time, right? Every single day, something else happens. Something else is brought out by Felon 45 and Muskrat that blow our minds. And there are so many things that I watch online that I synthesize, and that's what I want to bring to you are different ways to look at what's happening so that you're not freaked out about it. You're not feeling like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? And how do I cope with loss if you're one of those people who's lost their job or that kind of thing? There are so many different ways to deal with what's happening in that it won't take us down because we don't want to be taken down. We want to be able to use our might, our power, our limitlessness as spiritual beings having a human experience. We want that. And we also want to be able to use the real power that we have, which is the power of emotional energy. We can actually change the quality of our lives. We can actually change the nature of our reality. We truly can. I know because I experienced it, created it in 2022, in the summer of 2022, and I was stunned. I was really stunned. And so now, since then, I've been able to make really amazing shifts in everything, including how I'm dealing with this, which for a while it was blowing my mind and then I would calm down. Then it'd blow my mind, I'd calm down again and again and again until I realized, wait a second, um, this is not what I should be responding to all the time. Not all the time. Hey, do me a favor. If anybody's watching this, would you please put something in the chat? Because I don't even know if I've gone live. And if I haven't, then I'm just talking to myself. I'm just talking to myself. I want to find my phone so I can try to see if this has even gone live. That would be a good thing, right? Where's my phone? Well, nobody's putting anything in the chat, so perhaps nobody's watching, or perhaps I'm just talking to myself. But this card of Mind Garden, we need to understand that we can't police our thoughts. That's no good. Sitting there and judging yourself and being harsh to yourself about what you're thinking isn't going to help you. To really do some good for ourselves is to actually ask ourselves a question. If I'm thinking something that and I'm feeling miserable at the same time, is there a correlation? If is what I'm saying going to help me feel a little bit better, or is it just going to keep me miserable? Because if it's going to keep me miserable, I actually can shift either the emotion or the thought. They both tie back to the emotion because emotion is where the energy comes from. Okay. It's so important to do this stuff. I'm still wondering if I'm actually streaming or not, since nobody's saying anything. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to find that phone. Oh, here it is. Yay! I found my phone and I can see if I'm streaming or not. What a concept. I guess it's all, learn as you go, right? My goodness. Well, it doesn't seem like I am. So I'm going to turn this off. Well, here, let me see view channel. Oh, I am live. Hey, hey, look at that. Just nobody's watching. That's okay. You got to start somewhere, right? Right. All right. What do I want to share with you? I want to share with you your limitlessness. I want to share with you the thoughts that I have about what's going on and what the information that I'm getting from watching other channels. Because a lot of people don't see everything that I see. And then I tell them things and they go, really? It's going to be better? It's going to be okay? Here's a thought for you. Evil cannot remain forever. It cannot float under its own weight. It can't do it. It can cause a lot of harm. Let's be very clear. I mean, have you heard of the Holocaust? Yeah. It can cause a lot of harm, but it can't last forever. And I think that while that may sound completely obvious and maybe even stupid, it's not. It's so easy to think, oh my God, this is going to go on forever and I'm just going to die. I mean, that is a really easy thing to start thinking. And that gives you hopelessness, and hopelessness gives you nothing good. Hopelessness does not give you that fire in the belly that makes you want to sit up and go, wait, I'm going to make things different. I'm going to be different. I'm going to bring my energy forward. I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to have a say in what happens in my country, in my world, first of all, in myself, right? We've got to have our souls awakened. We've got to open to who we are, to the true nature of who we are. And what we tend to think we are is only human. I'm only human. That's a very popular statement. And nothing could be less true. Nothing could be less true. Because what you really are is you are spiritual being having a human experience. Are are you aware of Bashar, the teacher Bashar? He talks about how, and I love this, that we're really just half-wits if we're just dealing with the human side, which is the mind. That's not the only part to us being human. But if we're just dealing with our mind, trying to figure out with our minds what to do with our lives, we're being half-wits because there's all the rest of this that we have access to. It's amazing, completely amazing. Now, I can't see if anybody's chatting, so let me see if it's on my phone. Like I said, you got to start somewhere. Okay, any chatting? Not that I can see, but do I know? Live chat. No, no chat. Okay. All right. So I will turn off the phone and we'll keep going. When you are in alignment and allegiance with your own true self, you are all that you are. You are in a lovership with your true self. And you know what RuPaul says? If you, oh damn, I went and forgot it. If you can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? And I say, amen, RuPaul. Yes, I do. And who you want to be is the King of Wands. Now, this is not a sexual men only situation. You want to be the king or the master, the mistress of your own being, of who you come to be in this world. Wands are all about who you are in this world, what you present yourself as, and what you think of yourself as. And this man is calm and peaceful and has mastery, but not power over. It's power with. He's like the I can't think what it's called, but he's like this that he's holding, in that he's here to light your light. That's what true mastery is. True mastery isn't, oh, hey, let me just burn you down. True mastery is, let me light your light with whatever I have of my mastery that will inflame yours. And you'll pass it on. You'll pay it forward. All right. And when it comes to yourself, this is emphasizing what the Lover's card showed us. The Six of Wands is when you reach up and you create that that marriage with your higher self. Now, what the heck does that mean? I love to define my terms. So what that means is it's your intuition, it's your inspiration. When you start to tune in to the words that may be coming to you or the thoughts, and you start to feel into them, another feminine aspect of strength, because I talk about feminine aspects of strength a lot. It's what channel is all about. When you lean into that, you are finally balancing your being. You see, even for us women, and I'm going to say probably especially for us, we have imbibed all of the masculine messages and we've made them our own. And that means we've made the shaming and the blaming and the dismissing of our feminine strengths our own. We daily do the will of the toxic masculine. We we would, if you're going to do the masculine, make it the divine masculine, but you still need your divine feminine. The divine feminine is allowing instead of forcing, right? The divine feminine is intuition, inspiration, feeling something amazing coming in, seeing something amazing, allowing yourself to explore what is beyond the simply human, because you're not only human, but you do want to investigate beyond the simply human so that you can expand your repertoire of being who you are. Who you are is limitless. There is absolutely nothing that you can't have. And when you get that, while we're not always going to see everybody get everything they want, but you understand that it is possible because of our energy, because of our connection with the emotional energetics, you realize that there is no limitation other than the ones that we put on ourselves. There's nothing but the sun, the most powerful card in the deck. Kind of awesome, if you ask me. So anyway, why am I sitting here basically talking to myself at the moment? Because I'm a speaker because I'm a spiritual minister. I'm an expressive person and I want to help. I'm an actor, I'm a writer, and I care about us human beings. Nobody gave us the rule book when we came in. Not one person had the rule book when we came in. Spiritually, the rule book is pretty freaking amazing. The rule book says you can be and do and have anything you want. You have the ability to continue walking into this knowledge of who you are and what that means. And what it means is that you are not limited. Sure, we have a lot of ways of thinking that make us believe that we have to accept the reality around us and all the crap that's going on around us as being unchangeable unless we do something physically, unless we go out and march, pick up the phone, email, and I strongly recommend all those things and more. Let's do it. 100%. This country was not built to become a Russian satellite. You and I know this. Amazing. Amazing. So I recommend that. But what if I told you that that's not your biggest strength? What if I told you that? Would you believe me? Would you be at least interested and go, I think I might like to know what my biggest strength is. I'd like to be able to use something stronger. You can. You can. All right. Let's take a look at the cards and see what the cards have to say about how we do that, how we walk into. And this is the Light Seers Tarot. So here's the card that fell out, Five of Cups. And cups has to do with emotions. Not surprising, since emotions are where our power lies. And we struggle with our emotions. Fives are struggle. We struggle with that. We think, how do I get out of one way of being and into another way of being? How do I change my emotional body? That's not possible. How do I get out of depression? How do I get out of anxiety? How do I get out of worry? Is it even possible? I don't even think it's possible, you might say, but it is. It 100% is. And I'm going to tell you, I had 38 plus years of depression, clinical depression, every single day, every single day. And I've changed completely. So I'm here to be an example for you that you can change. You can become able to vibrationally shift what Abraham Hicks calls your emotional set point. Let me explain emotional set point. You know how when you're super, super happy, like you fell in love or you had an incredible Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or you had a birthday, or you met somebody that you think is amazing and all that. And you were on this high. You were on a high for a while. Did you ever feel like everything was going beautifully? You're like, oh my God, this is magic. My day is this is the best day ever. Of course you did. How could you not notice? Like people are nicer to you and some like synchronicities happen and you're going, oh my God, how did this work? How did this come to be? And it seems just like magic, which goes to say, oh, well, it couldn't be me. I don't have anything to do with this, or if I do, there's no way to know. Not true. Not true. It is your energy that is creating this. Conversely, when you're not happy, when you're seriously miserable and you go, this day sucks. I hate this day. This day is just, everything's giving me a pain in the butt and people are obnoxious to me and, this is terrible. I don't like this. Let me just go home and sleep. And you're just waiting. You're just spending the rest of your day miserable and so that you can go home and have a glass of wine or go to sleep or watch a movie or numb out some other kind of way. And you know this doesn't satisfy. You know this. But you're like, I don't know how else to do this. This is how I used to be. It's like, wait, let me just wait until something happens. Let me just wait. You don't have to wait. We keep getting tens. This is beautiful. Tens are culmination. Tens are, you're there. 10 of Cups. We can climb the ladder of emotion just little bit by little bit. We are not enslaved to our emotions. We're not. It sure heck feels like it though. It sure feels like it. And even though I now know how to work myself up that ladder, I have to say, sometimes I am so stubborn that I'll just sit around and let myself be miserable for a couple of days. I'm like, what the heck? Because it takes a while. It takes a little bit to switch out of the whole mental idea that we are supposed to suffer our way to happiness. This is another great untruth. 100%. So I was watching, oh golly, what is his name? It's a very powerful guy who, Lee, his name is, I can't think of his last name right now, but I'll try to put it in the comments or something. And he was talking about the energy that's going to go on in the month of March. And guys, just buckle your seatbelts. There's going to be a lot of outrage. There's going to be a lot of unkindness, some more unkindness. There's going to be, I don't know what there's going to be. But here's what I want to suggest to you. How about keeping our eyes on a prize? How about looking for the pinpricks of light in the darkness? Because when we do that, we lift ourselves. When we do that, when we lift ourselves emotionally, we're lifting the energy in the collective. And you may say, well, not by much, but every little bit is actually, because it's light, 10,000 times stronger than the darkness. You start having people doing little pinpricks of 10,000 times stronger. Hello. Amazing. Truly amazing. So what are some of the pinpricks in the darkness? All right. There have been more town halls where MAGA people, Republicans, people who didn't understand who Trump is, that he is in fact a Russian operative, according to 2 KGB guys who came out and gave us that information. Um, it's just it sounds like I'm making this crap up, but I'm not. It's crazy. But it's all of the people who haven't seen, whose eyes have not been open, are now, their eyes are opening. And they're beginning to see it to a degree where they can't not see it. And for those of us who are Democrats, what I'm seeing is what I've been unhappy with for decades, which is the Democrats' desire to simply play by the Queen of Marksbury rules or something, like let's be polite and let's be right. And you can't deal with bullies that way. Bullies are not Bully's strength is only as strong as we allow it to be. To the degree that we do not stand up and say, "What the hell are you talking about?" That is the degree to which they have strength. If you've seen Representative Jasmine Crockett from Texas, you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen Bernie out there at 80 frickin' 3 years old doing an anti-oligarchy trek across the whole US to wake us up, to galvanize us, to be for ourselves and stand up for ourselves and use our voice. Oh my God. There are so many people who are out there now who are doing this, who are in action, going, let's go. Let's go. We're all looking backwards and we're all going, it didn't do what we wanted it to do. The system, the structure we were in didn't do what we wanted it to do. So now we're lighting the fire, we are beating the drum, we are going all out. And there's an excitement in it. If you can tune into that, that's really helpful. There's an excitement in it. It's like every movie you ever watched, where you saw the villain be more and more villainous, and then you saw everybody stand up and go, no, it's thrilling to be a part of that. It's not thrilling every single moment sometimes because these things just, how could any of this be happening, right? But it's thrilling when you get up and you start to look for places to go and things to do and ways to resist and resist in the service of building something amazing. And this is what I look at. I look at all of the people waking up, whether it's Republicans waking up to who Trump is, or it is Democrats waking up to stop being so damn polite. Let's go. Let's build the world that we want to build. Let's go. There's absolutely nothing to wait for. All of the energy of this time period is Aquarian. And what that means is lots and lots and lots of nothing but innovation. What? Massive innovation. Started in, I think it was late November. So I know very little about, I'm not an astrologer, but I'm learning. I'm learning as I go along and I listen to other people and I understand parts of it that fit in with what I know from my experience. Yeah, pretty awesome. So look for the light pinpricks that people are awakening. I feel like one of my bits of light is that the more the more the Republican Party sits there and says, I'm not going to bother to take care of all of my constituents, not even my Republican constituents. They're killing the Republican Party, and I think it needs to die. I think it needed to die since the Tea Party because it no longer represents what it used to represent when I was coming up, when I was a kid. It used to be just fiscally more responsible, a little more cautious. It was not what it has become, which is the harbinger of fake news, of making everybody be afraid of everything and doubt everything except for blustery nonsense. And Felon 45 is just a blustery, nobody home kind of guy, honestly. And we all have to stand up. And it's wonderful to be in this time where I'm not the only one saying this. There's so many people. It's pretty fabulous, I have to say. The spiritual communities of which I am part espouse the idea, and I believe it to be true very much, that this is not about a breakdown. This is about a breakthrough. That what we're doing is we are walking into creating a resplendent, kaleidoscopic new world that is based on the truly on the will of the people, truly on the innovation of the people. Because if you take away Republican and Democrat and independent and you just take all that away and you ask people one by one what they want, everybody wants the same stuff. Everybody wants to have security. Everybody wants to have the ability to grow and to be what they and who they want to be. Everybody wants to be free. Everybody wants those things. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants to be treated well. We know that there are those whose mindset is so skewed, so traumatized and twisted up that security for them comes from resisting anything that is not them, that they don't understand. Problem for them is that they live in misery. They live miserable lives. They're only fulfilled when they feel that red hot anger and when they can be right, so to speak. And the rest of the time is like either a dull ache or a gnawing at their soul of I'm looking for something I can never find, and they're right. None of us can ever find really true calm and peace if we're busy fighting. We are going to do so much better when we allow. Now, I'm aware, as I say that if you're hearing this, you're thinking, I can't allow Trump to do what he's doing. And yay and amen to that. Allowing is a very interesting concept, and maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. But allowing, what we want to allow are those things that nurture and further our goodness and our creativity and our limitlessness and that make us feel all of our who we are-ness, even the parts we don't know. We're like, I get a sense that I can do more and I can be more. It's amazing. And lost my train of thought. I get so excited. We have to let ourselves allow what's called inspired action. Instead of running out there and doing something from anger, from frustration, um, from a sense of having to break through in a way that feels in some sense destructive, we have to find a way to allow our inspiration, our intuition, our creativity, our innovation to like suddenly we get an idea. We go, I'm going to do this. Oh my God, I'm going to do this. And then do what I'm doing. Just do it. Don't wait to be perfect or even half good at it, honestly. Just start because it is so, you learn so quickly by just doing. And especially if you are riding waves of higher energy, of wanting to give, wanting to share joy, wanting to share your wisdom, wanting to make a difference in a positive way, wanting to have fun. Yes, even and especially in times like these, we have to claim fun. Spiritual people know This is the movie. Doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it. But it's important to understand that this is a movie because then you can get closer to understanding that it's malleable. Things are changeable because of your energy. It is our collective energy that creates the world we live in. Does that mean that you have to go along with what the entire world is doing? No, it does not. It means that you can shift your own being and that as you do that, you by that little 10,000 times shift, you start making a difference in the world. And Greg Braden, the physicist and spiritual teacher, says that it only takes 8% of us in the entire world, not in our country, in the entire world, 8% to wake up and start deliberately lifting our energy for us to shift the world literally overnight. That's what he said. Literally overnight. I pulled one last card for us from my Ganesha deck. I love Ganesha. Ganesha is awesome. So here's the card I pulled, Steadfastness. It's the card that fell out. They're such gorgeous cards, aren't they? Amazing. So it says, do not waver back and forth or be moved by the circumstances that are surrounding you at this time. Yeah, I know. That sounds like insane. Oh, did my power go up a little bit? Oh. Computers are interesting, aren't they? They just want to mess with you sometimes. So let's see. It said my battery saver went on. There we go. Now we're good. There you go. I'll get this going better. The last one I did, the lighting sucked. At least today you can see me. That's something. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. See, Ganesha is the god of remover of obstacles. He also places obstacles so that you can, I don't know, go a different direction. So anyway, um, this is all about safeguarding your resolve. This is all about making a choice and then letting yourself feel your way into it, letting yourself hold to it, but not in an iron death grip. It's about making a choice that feels right to you, that feels even a little bit impassioned to you. So if you are the person who goes, I can't, I got to do something. I got to do something. But let's say you're an introvert. You can write emails. You can make phone calls. They're really only taking message. The message machines are on unless you call your local place. And if you want to talk to some sweet young thing who's answering the phone, they're not going to give you any trouble one way or the other. They're just going to take the message. Okay. I used to be terrified of calling my representatives, absolutely terrified. And then I did it. And I was like, oh, um, yeah, okay. They're just taking messages. Like they're not going to argue with me or make me stand up for myself, whatever. I'm just going to tell them my message. Like, get off your butt and do something. Um, make that resolve to do what you can do, and make that resolve also on the other side, on the allowing side of letting yourself find those bits of light in this really tough time. It's going to get probably harder before it gets better. But I will tell you that all the way back in 2008, I took a trip to a place called the Golden Lotus Ranch in Michigan, which is a yoga retreat. I probably still is a yoga retreat. And there was a woman and a man there who were doing initiations into a meditation practice. And the woman said to me and a few other people that the all of the structures of the world, of our society, our system, were going to fall apart. All of them were going to just fall apart. And we said, "Oh my God, when?" And they said, "Well, it's going to be sometime after 2012, but we don't know when." Like, holy crap, what's that going to look like? They go, "We don't know that either. We just know that everything's going to fall apart because it has to come together in a whole new way." And we were like, "Oh my God, I don't even want to think about that." And how do you think about something that you don't even know what you're supposed to think about other than, oh, let me be scared? So forget that. That's not helpful. Being frightened is not helpful. It's normal, but it's not helpful. And here we are. So one of those pinpricks of light is this has a purpose. It has a big purpose, and it has a big positive purpose. But I will say that my feeling is I know that my work is to continue to raise my energy every single day from wherever it is when I wake up in the morning. Example, I woke up at 3 in the morning last night with my elbows in my ears and my mind going like this. So I had to settle myself. I had to do the exercises that I know to do and that I teach, uh, called the 1% solution, to switch that emotional stuff that I used to think I couldn't have an impact on at all. And then I could eventually, I did a little bit of writing and then I went back to sleep. So I raised my energy and I went through my day and my day was fine. And I wasn't swept away by all of the news and all of the fear and all of that. And yet I'm not ignoring what's going on. So it's an interesting and a new balance for me. And I recommend it for you. It's much more doable than the kind of daily freaking out I used to be so good at. Yeah, really good. So thank you. If you've been here and I just couldn't see you chatting, I'm sorry. I'll get it. I'll figure it out. If nobody was here, I hope somebody watches this. And I hope you will join me another time when I go live, which I hope will be tomorrow. Love and Moxie to each of you.